We're back. Another video. I'm gonna jam a little bit. I'm gonna let you guys come in. Hi, come on in, guys. Hi. We are live. We are live. How y'all doing? It's Thursday. It is Thursday. Yes, we'll give y'all a second to come in. Please hit the like button as you enter. We have a lot of great topics for you guys tonight. Yes. Hello, Linda Gamble. Hi. I see y'all coming in. Come on in. Hit that like. Hey. Nana McDermott. Flower Bloom. Hi. Hey guys. Yes, Miss Brooks. Yes. You got some juice, honey. Woo-wee. Some good juice too. Hello, Kim Jones. Hey. Hi. Y'all second coming in and get started in like a minute. All right, hello. Hey, Miss Ranger. Hey. All right. Y'all coming in, we got 53. I think that's enough to start. All right. Yes. Let's get it started. I was letting y'all jam out a little bit till everybody got in. All right. Everything said in the video is alleged and in my opinion and is used for fair use and entertainment, okay? We got to put that out there, honey, because we're going to be talking about some real deep stuff tonight. And we want to make sure we are covered, all right? Thank you guys again for coming back. Y'all got me 3 times today. Go figure. 3 times today. All right, so for the first time in a long time, okay, Russell Simmons, honey, is speaking out. Okay, you guys might have seen it in the news. If not, that's why I'm here, so I can bring it to you. All right, so Russell Simmons breaks his silence on the SAs, okay, the sexual assault on numerous women that have come out to pretty much report that he was inappropriate with them. And yeah, we're gonna get into it because he did an interview from Bali. Y'all know he's hiding out in Bali. He's not trying to come back. As soon as he stepped one toe, if his baby toe hit American soil, his ass is going to jail, and he knows that. That is why he's hiding out in Bali. Okay, so we're gonna get into what he had to say, child, because he is talking, honey. He is talking, honey. When I saw the interview, I was like, really, Russell? Really, Russell? All right.
Wall. This is my language.
All right, hold on.
You rate me right up against the wall. This is my language. But that's what he did. I had to keep this secret.
He showed up, naked, wearing a condom, and tackled me to his bed while I screamed and fought and said no and cried. That's rape.
If the allegations are not true, why would all these women accuse you? I heard someone else say this, that I was quite frivolous. Look, there's a song by Houdini. I'm a hoe, I'm a hoe. 3 different girls after every show. Culturally, we thought that was the right way. And a number of sexual partners in compromising positions I put myself in is beyond anybody's imagination.
You said you had more foursomes than most men have partners.
You rate me right up against the wall.
Say next clip.
Yeah, and that wasn't really, I think it was cultural and silly and egotistic and sad and from an insecurity that feeds it. And A lot of reasons why we were that way. If you slept with as many people as I slept with, thousands. And we're talking about 6 people.
There were like 20, right? I mean,
I spoke poorly. Oh, you mean rape? That's not, no. Yeah. I spoke poorly to 15 of them. I mean, 12 of them. I spoke poorly all the time. I'm a Def Comedy Jam guy. I was crude. So how many compromising situations was I in? And if you call that person and say, can you help me help these other women, then you can get them to tell a story and reimagine a story. And I'm not here to say what they were thinking, but I can simply tell you that I was in so many compromises. Yeah, you know, and I was situations that people can have a recollection from 30 or 40 years ago. And it can be different from my recollection. And it could be one where there was perhaps collaboration. If you had more foursomes than most guys had once, could someone leave and feel hurt? Could someone leave and feel they wish they hadn't? Could someone reimagine a story out of thousands of people? Could someone want notoriety in a market where people thirst for fame, even infamous? Could someone who just came out of jail and want to sue you because they had an experience and they can reimagine it just a little bit different? And could you be vulnerable enough to accept it? I took 9 lie detector tests. People don't know that. 9 separate, 7 from the chairman of the Polygraph Association. 1 for each of the different situations, the accusations. 1 for when someone said, for instance, I was violent. One person said that. I've never been violent. Took that. 1 for I apologized. I never apologized about assaulting anyone. But if 2 people say it, because one said it and me too, and the second person said it, then I took a test for it. 3 hours per test by 2 polygraph examiners. One that I've never done this to anyone, and one I've never done to each individual. Some people say that they're not accurate, but if they're 94% accurate, I did 9 of them. It's pretty clear that I don't believe it. I even asked what if I believe it, but it's not true? He said, your subconscious will get you. I don't know how true that is, but that's what was told to me by the chairman of the Polygraph Association. He was filmed, by the way, talking about this, so there's footage available. No one in the mainstream would cover that.
Why do you think that is?
There's a narrative with accusations.
He crazy.
Which is what?
That we don't want to go backwards. We want to believe with it. But women and celebrities may be in some cases a little different. But we don't want to not believe women. We have to believe women. We have to give them the benefit of the doubt, but we can't demonize people without proof either. Twitter cannot make a decision. I've never spoken to a policeman. I've never spoken to a judge about anything.
Which is what?
What y'all think about that? He said he slept with thousands of women. How the hell you say that and don't have no type of facial expression? Like, that's nasty as hell. With everything that's going around, there's no fucking way you don't have something. With thousands. These women, let me go back and show the clip again. These women are still traumatized by what happened. One of these women said that he came in the room wearing a condom, nothing but that, and forced himself on her, pushed her down on the bed, and proceeded to violate her. Let's take it back. Oh, turn it up.
Yeah, and raped me right up against the wall. This is my language. That's what he did. I had to keep this secret.
He showed up naked wearing a condom and tackled me to his bed while I screamed and fought and said no and cried. That's rape.
Now y'all see why his ass is friends with Diddy, because it's the same bullshit that was going on. He got Kimora Lee Simmons right out of high school. Kimora Lee Simmons was in the 11th grade when he trolled the high school hallways looking for his next victim. She was young. She talked about in the interview how she didn't have a childhood, how she got married very, very young and started having children right away. So she didn't really have a life. Right out of high school, she married this old nigga who quickly began pumping all these babies in her and controlling her. And she's had to deal with a lot of women that were in and out of her marriage, being with him because he was with numerous women, and this is why he was with her. Okay. He has so much control on her, so much so until she's moved on with her life and have been married numerous times since she divorced him. And she's still taking care of him financially because he's run through his money. He made bad business investments with Rush Card, with Baby Fat, ran that into the ground. She's now reviving that so that she can get it off the ground and earn money from that again. As I already told you guys about that, she's starting a new Baby Fat line to get that back off the ground because Russell is sucking her dry financially. He's living in Bali. He's this yoga instructor, which I don't know what he's making, but according to what he was telling his daughter online when they went live, he's broke. He's broke. He left his daughter stranded out of town, and he was supposed to give her the money, and he decided when he gonna get an attitude with her, I'm not giving you shit. So there she is stranded, having to get in contact with her mother when he was supposed to take on the responsibility of making sure she got back home, and Kimora had to wire her the money. So Kimora has a lot on her since she divorced Russell. It's like he's an extra dependent now that he has moved to Bali. He cannot come back to the States or he will be in jail. There are numerous women that have come forward to report the very same thing. All of their stories sound the same, and I'm compelled to believe each and every one of them because he is a predator. He's dangerous. I don't give a damn if he is related to Reverend Run. I don't give a damn about that. Russell Simmons is dangerous. I'm saying it right here on my channel. You have women who are still crying and traumatized, sir, from where you forced yourself on them. Somebody said, why is she taking care of Russell? I feel like, and I said it before, I feel like there's some level of protection that he offers her while he's in the States. That is why nobody can touch her. Kimora can speak freely on what she wants to speak on as it relates to Diddy and stuff in the industry, and she's untouched. Everybody around her have dropped like flies. We already know Kim Porter is gone. We already know that 2 of her bridesmaids are gone or unalived, and their deaths are unexplained, just like Kim Porter's really is unexplained, and just like Erica Kennedy's is unexplained. She was also a very close friend to Kimora. So everybody around her, they are dropping like flies when it comes to their death and their unexplainable deaths, and Kimora is still standing. There's a reason for that. She has a certain level of protection. She cannot be touched because of who she was married to. Russell is still protecting her while he's in Bali in exchange for her financial support. Period. Go look it up. That's what it's given. That's what it is. That's why he's not all the way out of her life. Their kids are grown. So what obligation does she have to him and vice versa? You're not paying any child support. Their kids are in college and grown now, living their own lives. So there's no reason for him to really be in her life anymore. She's divorced from him. She's been married twice since being divorced from Russell. So what is the point of her still sending money over to him? She said it whenever Russell got into it with their daughter Ming Lee. Was it Ming or what's her name? Aoki? I think it's Aoki. He got into it with their daughter Aoki, where she was crying on the internet about her dad and how he talks to her and how he's disrespectful, how he called her a whole bitch. I was just like, damn, that's your daughter, sir. How you get that mad when you call your own daughter a bitch? Hot mess. But Kimora still financially takes care of him. And I feel like in exchange for her financial support, that she is protected, because we already know it's a lot of industry thugs out there for her to be able to, like I said, speak as freely and move as freely as she does, and nothing happens to her. Now, there was a little haphazard event at her house here most recently when she had that house fire. It could have been just an innocent accident. Who knows? Nobody was hurt. Nothing was destroyed. Her house was not completely destroyed. It was just an area that got burnt up near her fireplace. They were able to save it. But I do feel like she does have some level of hedge of protection around her to where she can't be touched. And it's understood that they're not to touch her for that reason, okay? I think Diddy knows you're not to touch her. I don't give a damn. Let her say what the fuck she want to say. Don't touch her. That's my ex-wife. Kimora knows where the bones are buried. She knows a lot of industry stuff because she's been in the industry since she was very, very young, okay? Russell helped her get her career off the ground in terms of modeling, okay? She was a model. She got paid a lot of money doing that, and that was in exchange for her being his wife, very, very young. She looked like his daughter standing up beside him. He was old as hell married to her. She was old as hell married to her. And that's how the industry is. That's how Diddy like his women, young, so they can groom them, control them, tell them what to do. She went through hell being married to him, and she talked about it. It was not a happy, easy street being married to him. He's very narcissistic as well. He's very narcissistic in how he treats women. Okay, he is. He just is. He is. He's very narcissistic. He thinks he knows it all. You can't tell him shit. That's just how he is. And Kimora, when she talks about him, she automatically gets emotional because it's like her mind goes to a place to where it was just hell for her. It was hell for her. But she stayed in it because, I mean, what else is she going to do? Right out of high school, he controlled every aspect of her life, and he's still doing it from miles and miles, from thousands of miles away. I mean, what's to say if she tell him, I'm not sending you not another dime? How is that going to work out for her here? How is that going to work out for her and her children? And I think that she continues to support him, like I said, because she needs that protection. It's scary with her seeing all of her friends around her dropping like flies, and she's still here. There's a reason, like I said. But let's move on, okay? Let's move on to the next topic, okay? This story here, I had to put this out, honey, because it's more and more and more. Y'all know I've been digging up a lot of Diddy news, and there's more Diddy news, and there's another victim that have come out that I dug up. You guys are going to be like, what? Yes. Yes, yes, and yes, okay? Let me get to the actual topic so I can let you guys know what it is. It's so much. My God, it's so much. Shout out to Forrest Whitaker. As you guys may know, rest in peace to his ex-wife, Keisha, has passed away. It's on TMZ. For those of you that don't know, I got an alert on that. I'm going to address that tomorrow in Car Chronicles. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say that now. Shout out to Forrest Whitaker. His ex-wife, Keisha, has passed away. She was 51 years old. Okay. Shout out to her. Give me 1 second. Let me just go in this other spot. I got so many damn topics that I'm trying to fly through tonight, guys. And every one of them is so juicy. And I want to make sure I get everything out because I know you guys are going to enjoy. All right, here we go. All right, so Grammy Award-winning songwriter Tiffany Red says that Diddy traumatized her, okay, in an open letter where she co-signed the disturbing sexual abuse claims made by Cassie. She's very good friends with Cassie. She knew Cassie. She ran in the same circles with Cassie. She saw a lot of things that Cassie went through, the black eyes, the bruises, the mistreatment that she endured while she worked with Bad Boy. She was a songwriter for Bad Boy, okay? Yes. She says that she says, I continue to work through the PTSD, the paranoia and anxiety from these events, meaning the events that she suffered through working with Sean P. Diddy Combs, Puffy, Brother Love, Diddy, all those niggas, which they're all the same people. But let's get into it. Illustrious songwriter Tiffany Red is breaking her silence about the turmoil her longtime friend songstress Cassie endured at the hands of Bad Boy's owner Sean P. Diddy Combs. Now, in a recent penned open letter, Tiffany spoke out in support of Cassie's now settled lawsuit against her ex-mogul, music mogul Diddy. Okay, that says, as previously reported last month, the 37-year-old Cassie sued Diddy for allegedly sex trafficking and abuse throughout their over a decade-long relationship. I don't call it a relationship. There was no love there. All right, so they're saying if you know Cassie, they said she inked a deal with Diddy's celebrated record label, Bad Boy Records, in the early 2000s. However, it wasn't long before the two went from business buddies to booze. Nah. So they're saying that which led to years of on again and off again romance that ultimately ended in 2018. Now they're saying in court documents, the Me and You singer, which is Cassie, listed numerous amounts or accounts rather of violent behavior, okay, and disturbed demands from the 54-year-old Diddy. All right. So they're saying they're brought under New York's Adult Survivors Act that she cited the R word, physical harm, and being forced to have inappropriate relations on video with male escorts as a portion of the horrific incidents that allegedly occurred. All right, so they're saying that the case has since concluded with Diddy still denying all claims, but the controversy surrounding the industry shifting situation is far from over. Now they're saying that Tiffany Red, she's a beautiful girl. I'm going to show you guys a picture here in a second, who ignited a friendship with Cassie in 2015 while co-writing her unreleased album, has corroborated Cassie's assault allegations in an emotionally taxing essay. Says when detailing her recall of the turbulent times, says that Tiffany Red began. This is what she has to say. Says that, dear Sean Combs, I'm stepping forward to recount my experience as a witness to events detailed in my friend Cassandra Ventura's now civil lawsuit against you. She says, I'm breaking my silence, freeing myself from haunting recollections, standing in solidarity with Cassie, and standing up for myself. She says, I fear for my safety as her suit alludes to me, although not by name. It says that I hope that revealing my identity to the public would afford me some measure of protection. Okay, so she'd rather put herself out there than to remain anonymous because she feels that that's going to help her in terms of keeping her alive, because she probably know about some people who are no longer here anymore. Okay, excuse me. My throat is dry. I think it's that fan I got on. Yeah. So, all right. So she continues by saying, I'm one of the friends mentioned in her lawsuit, specifically from the night of her 29th birthday, as detailed in the section labeled, okay, Mr. Combs forces Miss Ventura into sex trafficking. So she was mentioned in the deposition, and it was on the night that Cassie was having her birthday party. I remember it because I've already read all 35 pages. Cassie was having her birthday party that night. Puffy decided that he wanted to have a FO that night, which we know is a freak off, where he had already went and set it up on her birthday while she was out with her friends, wanting to have a good time. She would tell him, no, I don't want to do that. I want to hang out with my friends. He became aggressive. She got up to get ready to leave, and he had security stop her at the door and force her to go to the hotel to do this FO with him, okay? She did not want to do that shit. It was her birthday. She wanted to turn up and hang out with her homegirls. And Diddy was like, no, we're going to do this FO tonight. And she was very upset about it. And he became very aggressive. And her friend, who is now speaking out, okay, Miss Tiffany Red, was there when that particular incident occurred. This is Tiffany. Beautiful girl, beautiful girl. Okay. That's her. She's speaking out. I pray that nothing happens to her because she's speaking out, okay? Because we know what happens when people start to reveal and or expose Sean P. Diddy Combs, honey, okay? Somebody else who's exposing him. Let's move on to the next topic. Let's move on to the next topic because that's not it. Another accuser has come forward on Diddy, guys. This time it is a male accuser. The accuser says that Diddy lured him to an apartment where a friend was waiting there. Okay, says that Diddy then made the accuser a toxic drink and took his booty brownies, honey, at this particular apartment. A male accuser has says that Diddy R-worded him and put something in a drink after he offered him a drink. He did not know what happened after that or where he was. He was unable to control himself and or stand, and he was R-worded by, he's saying, Diddy, and another person was there waiting at that apartment when that happened. So yeah, Diddy, baby, everybody's coming out the woodwork. Everybody's coming out the woodwork, and people are co-signing the things that are in Cassie's deposition, as well as coming out with their own stories as well. There were four allegations of sexual abuse on Diddy. Now this makes number 5, where this male have come out to say that he was sexually assaulted by Diddy. And someone put something in his drink, and I'm compelled to believe it because Cassie said in her deposition that is how he got her. He got her to take drugs, and she had to drink stuff. And we already talked about it, where the what's his name, Mark Curry, talked about how Diddy was putting pills in bottles of alcohol and feeding it to the women. So we already know. I see somebody putting it in there on the Bill Cosby. He was on the sprinkle. Like, what you want to drink? You want some Ciroc? You say, hey, yeah, I'll take a drink. Whatever. He gonna fix your drink, pop some shit in your glass. Next thing you know, you don't know where you are. You're feeling discombobulated. Your legs get weak. You can't walk. The same thing he did to the young 17-year-old when they flew her in on the private jet. As soon as she came into the studio, she was offered a drink. The next thing she knows, she did not know where she was. She was feeling weak. Her legs gave out, and they began to gang R-word her. So there are many, many people coming out to talk about the things that they've experienced. And Diddy, your name keeps coming up in it. Okay? So it's looking like that was a trafficking situation. It's looking like it was a setup where you invited said person there, and they got there, and something happened that they did not condone. Okay, so it was not consensual. You put something in somebody's drink and you sleep with them, it's not consensual. I'm sorry, I don't care how you look at the shit. You can say, oh, they were an adult. Okay, well, they came here. Okay, did they say that you could touch them? Did they say that you could take it further than where you took it? No, because they were out of it from whatever you put in their damn drink, which was probably Molly's and a whole bunch of other concoctions, according to Cassie. Cassie talked about how she would be so damn out of it that she couldn't even, like, her vision was blurry and everything. So much so till now she's still experiencing like issues like memory loss and everything. She's still experiencing mental and memory loss from, well, not mental loss, but memory loss from all the things that was pumped into her over the span of years that she was fooling with Diddy. He had her so high during them FOs. And that is how he get his victims. Hey, come over. I told you about how he called Columbus Short to come to the hotel, the Beverly Hills Hotel, his favorite place to have his FOs. And Columbus was like, hey, I'm in the bed with my wife. Like, what the fuck is this? Why are you calling me at 2 o'clock in the morning? We all know what happens at 2 o'clock in the morning. If somebody's calling you at 2, 9 times out of 10, it's a booty call, unless it's an emergency call. So he's calling him to ask him to come to the hotel because he wanted to have an FO. He told him, oh, yeah, I'm the only one here. Yeah, right. You never travel alone. So he was going to get there. You were going to slip something in his drink, same shit, because we already seen a pattern here. And you was going to probably take his booty brownies too. Thankfully, he told you, no, I ain't coming up in there, or he would have been another victim as well. Okay, and that's how he get him. That's how he get him. Poor Justin Bieber. Poor Justin Bieber. There's no telling how many times something was slipped in his drink. I saw a video of him in the club, and you guys may have seen it. You guys may have seen the video of Justin Bieber strung out in the club. He was on his knees getting ready to give somebody some dome, and he looked like he was high as hell. Somebody was videoing it. I think it was Odell Beckham, to be exact. They were in the club, and Justin Bieber, and he looked like he was like young. He was trying to give Odell Beckham some dome. And who was, I think it was Trey Songz that walked up, and they were videoing it, and Justin Bieber turned around and realized he was videoed, and he stopped. He was high as a kite too. He was high as Whitney Houston, honey, after a long night of binge sniffing. He was high as 3 mink coats, baby. Yes, he was. In the video. He was. But let's move on, honey. Some new developments I'm finding out. I've been hearing a lot of people ask me, Camille, what's going on with Lori Ann Gibson? Where is Lori Ann Gibson? Everybody knows her as the Boomkack. She works with a lot of artists in terms of teaching them choreography. A lot of people have been asking about her. I dug up some stuff on her, and coincidentally, she had her whole run-in with Diddy as well, where it was a whole physical assault, which is why she's no longer working with him. When he's shouting her name out in award shows and all this other stuff. Shout out to Lori Ann Gibson. Bitch, she don't fool with you. Lori Ann Gibson don't fool with you. And let's talk about why. You violent thing, you. Somebody said, yes, where's Lori Ann? We're going to tell y'all. Lori Ann don't fool with him. Now, let's go back to the days when they were having, what's the show? Making the Band. Y'all know she worked a lot with him during Making the Band. Somebody said, I saw it. Yes, honey. So now Lori Ann Gibson was in a physical altercation with Diddy during the filming of Making the Band. Now this goes all the way back to Making the Band. That was what, over 10, 12 years ago. Okay. Maybe 15 years ago that Making the Band came out. And that was with, what's the group? Cause I had to write it down. Y'all know my brain gets, all right. So, Danity Kane, Day 26, and several other artists that she was working with in order trying to get them you know, with the choreography so that they can be out here and tour and all this other stuff. Okay, it was years ago, and I enjoyed it. I watched every single episode because I like stuff like that. But during their time, during the filming, okay, it was brought to my attention that Diddy was caught on camera, okay, having a verbal, it started verbally to where he and Lori started having an exchange of words because he didn't agree with how she was handling one of the groups. I want to say it was Danity Kane. Diddy didn't think that she was pushing them hard enough. She was kind of yelling back like, hey, let me do my job. This is my job. Like, your job is to sit over there and manage. My job is to be the choreographer, that type. Because y'all know Lori Ann Gibson had that smart mouth. So she and Diddy had words back and forth up to where Diddy forgot the cameras were on, ran up on her and started chasing her around and even threw a folding chair at her, which missed her very slightly. Okay. This was all on camera. He threw a chair at her. Now, while she was running to get away from him, okay, one of the members from Belle Biv DeVoe, okay, one of the members from Belle Biv DeVoe, aka New Edition, was there and witnessed this because he actually grabbed Lori Ann Gibson's arm while she was trying to run from Diddy. Why he grabbed her arm while she was trying to run away, I don't know. Now, as you guys know, Michael Bivins and some of the guys from Belle Biv DeVoe, aka New Edition, they do kind of help mentor the other younger groups that are coming in, like Day 26 and Danity Kane, because I've seen them on several videos where they do come in and give them like pointers on how they need to be as artists, because y'all know they that's how they were when they came up. If y'all watched the movie for New Edition, they were grueling hours learning choreography in order to get on stage and be as crisp as singers and dancers as they are. It's hard. It's hard as an artist to get up there and sing and stay on key and also do choreography with your singing and not miss a beat. So you got to be on two different levels to be able to sing and do that. So you got to, it's a lot. So they are mentoring, and they're still doing it, mentoring other artists, up and coming artists that come into the business, and they were there. Michael Bivins was actually there during the time that Lori Ann Gibson had this run-in with Diddy. But he grabbed Lori Ann and he was kind of holding her to where Diddy ran up on her and was very aggressive with her, okay, and stood over her and threatened her, screaming at her so much so till she broke down and started crying. Now, she was going to go to the police and file something on him, but of course he did a settlement, and he also banned and bought the footage that was going to be released. He told him, no, we're not going to record that. We don't want that in there. Once he realized that it was being recorded, he paid, I think it was MTV, to cut that out of there, and he purchased the footage so that it would not get out. So if you go and try to pull it up, you will not find it anywhere on YouTube. You will not find it anywhere. It's not available. It's not there. It's not even, if you go and look at some of the older clips of Making the Band, it's not even there. It's been cut out. And Diddy made sure that did not come out because he did not want his image to appear that he's a woman beater when we already know what it's given. Cassie has already put it out there. She had black eyes. Kim Porter had broken noses. So we know he has violent tendencies when it comes to women. Okay. But she threatened a lawsuit, and Diddy paid her an undisclosed amount to keep quiet and did not block her career out of fear that she would blast him. Okay. So I think he was kind of scared of Lori Ann because she's a little firecracker. All right. But my question was, why did he grab her? Michael Bivins, why did you get in the middle of that? I don't know if he said, hey, catch her, while she was running away from him. Why did you get in the middle of that? Because you have daughters as well. And you are also married. You have a wife. So for you to stand back and watch this as a grown-ass man and did not stop this situation from occurring, maybe you were scared of Diddy. I don't know what kind of hate that he has over you. I don't know what he has over you to where you felt that you should have inserted yourself in this situation, okay? But she did film several episodes of Making the Band because she was helping to help train the group. Now I have a clip that I found where Diddy is actually firing members of the group. Let me see, do I have it? Yeah, it's over here. And he fired Danity Kane because they would not adhere to what he wanted them to. He wanted them to all sign NDA saying that they didn't see this, they didn't witness this, da 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 da. They would never talk about things that they saw within Bad Boy, and they declined. They all declined. The only person that I think cooperated was Dawn from Danity Kane. And as you guys know, she went on to be in the group. What's the group? I wrote it down. Hold on. Dirty Money. Okay. Y'all know Dawn wound up being in the group with him called Dirty Money. They had a lot of hits. I ain't even gonna lie. The album was hot. It really was. The album was hot. All right, let me see. All right, here it is. Let's get past this ad. This is him firing all the members of Danity Kane.
And so I've given a lot of thought, and I'm gonna let you out your contract too.
In the back of that head.
And so I've given a lot of thought, and I'm gonna let you out your contract too.
That's Don.
As far as for you, Dawn, I still want to make music with you. I still want you to be signed to the label. And, you know, if I decide to put that together, Danity Kane, then, you know, you'll be the only member that'll still be there.
Now, it's said and alleged that Don may have had some type of dealings outside of work with Diddy. Now, there's no coincidence, if those of you that watch Making the Band, that she and her boyfriend, Q, that was in the group Day 26, had some huge breakup and fallout. And it was said and alleged that he was feeling like Diddy was kind of moving in on his girl. And the fact that she got extra perks in the group and she had an opportunity to stay on and was the only one that was not fired from the group Danity Kane, which I love that group as well, and was able to go on to work with Dirty Money and be one of the lead singers in the group. It was Diddy, it was Kalina, and it was also Don Richard. Okay, Don is an awesome artist. If you look her up, she is a great artist, solo artist. She has her own music, she writes her own stuff. Y'all know I'm into that, okay? Totally into it. But she is a great artist on her own, but I do feel like she kind of made some bad moves when it came to Diddy. I feel like she may have gone some places that she shouldn't have gone to kind of get some perks in the music industry, because for some years prior to getting into Danity Kane, because she had to audition as well, she has always wanted to be an artist. So I feel like she may have compromised herself in some ways, allegedly, in order to get to where she is now. She is doing solo. She got solo albums out there. Diddy has helped push her career, and y'all know he don't help nobody if it does not benefit him. We all know that Diddy does not help anyone in the music industry if it don't benefit him. And we already know the pattern of the things that you have to do in order to get your career kicked off and to where you are recording and making money and being this huge artist. There's some things you got to do, some compromising that you have to do in order to get there. And I think that's why her boyfriend Q was acting so crazy and always fighting. He had a lot going on, guys. If you guys watched the show, I said, damn, now looking back at it, I feel like he was upset that his boss was messing with his girl and one shit he could do about it, because if he would have bucked against him, he would have got kicked out of the group. That would have messed up his money, because prior to him working, prior to him getting hired on to be in the group Day 26, he was working a regular schmegular job like everybody else. I think it was like a grocery store somewhere. So he didn't want to go back to that life when you're getting $30,000, $40,000 checks going from working at a grocery store to then getting that type of money. So you're sitting back watching your girl being manipulated by the boss, and you got to deal with that shit, and you got to suck it up and film and have cameras on in your face while you know shit ain't right, but you can't say nothing. Who you gonna go to, the boss, when he messing with your girl? You gonna talk to your bandmates and risk having one of the cameras pick up a conversation, and then you wind up still getting fired because you're talking about something you shouldn't talk about? I feel at her, the way he looked at her, their chemistry, like all of that. Why was she the only one? Because all of those girls were talented. All of the girls in all of the girls in Danity Kane were talented girls. So why is it that Don Richard was the only one in Danity Kane that was allowed to stay and did not lose her job, and then continued to work with Diddy in the group Dirty Money that he created, and then to go further and also have multiple solo albums? Something in the buttermilk ain't clean. That's all I'm saying. Something in the buttermilk ain't clean. But like I said, Lori Ann Gibson, honey, yeah, she pretty much got the hell away from Diddy. She's not really fooling with Diddy. She got her money and she got the hell on, because she saw how violent he was. Now, I did see a clip on there where he was yelling at her, and I don't know if that's the lead up to the part that they actually took out when he threw the whole chair and all that at her. But he did have a big knockdown drag out with her. Another person that people were asking, where is this person? Where is this person? We've been asking Mr. Umbrella, Mr. Fonzworth Bentley. Where are you? Do y'all remember Fonzworth Bentley? Let me pull up a picture. Y'all gonna be like, oh, okay. I remember him. Diddy's beard. Diddy's beard. Come to the table. Everybody remember him. Mr. Fonzworth Bentley. Everybody remember him, right? Every time you saw him was holding up an umbrella over Diddy. He was a beard. Diddy's beard. They call him Diddy's concubine. Let's get on into it. Okay, he won't dare just holding the umbrella, if you will. Let's go ahead and uncover some stuff with him. He wasn't just an umbrella guy. Okay, he was known as the fluffer. Y'all know what fluffer is? We're about to get into it. I'm about to tell y'all business out here. He was one of the fluffers for the FOs, guys. Did y'all know that? He begged Diddy to work for him. All right, let's back up. Let's rewind. Fonzworth Bentley was working a regular schmegular job at a restaurant. Okay. He wanted to get on in the industry. He's been trying to be a rapper for years. He's been trying to get on. He did a few videos. He worked with Outkast in a few videos, doing some stuff. That didn't get him where he needed to go. So he turned his sights on Diddy. He saw Diddy at some type of industry event that he wound up measling his way into. And he tried to talk to Diddy. Diddy was like, eh. So he was very persistent. He continued to try to talk to Diddy, at which they wound up exchanging numbers. And upon him exchanging numbers with Diddy, he sent Diddy a text message and said, hey, I would love to work for you. I could do so much for you. I want to work for you. And let me know, because, hey, I don't want to go back to working at this restaurant. I think I would be a great asset to you and your business as like a manager or something of that sort, because he's very smart. He went to Howard University. He got brains. Okay. He's got brains. He's very intelligent, but he got, I guess, put into some stuff that maybe he didn't know he was going to be put into. Gene Deal actually co-signed that to say that he was actually the fluffer. He was the person who would put the Astroglide in the room, and he would make sure that the baby oil and all that stuff was in there, and all of the things that is required when said FOs occur. So he was the fluffer, so to speak, for Sean P. Diddy Combs, behind the scenes, if you will. But by day and in public, he was the umbrella guy. He was making sure Diddy never got wet if it was raining. He was making sure that Diddy, didn't step in a puddle. He was that guy. If Diddy wanted a soda, he probably popped the can on that bitch. He was just that much of a beard when it came to Diddy, okay? Somebody said very smart, great dancer. He got what it takes to be in the industry, but it's some things that he was doing and compromised himself in order to get to where he was in the industry, you guys, okay? Karen Steffens, let's talk about her, aka we know her as Superhead. If you guys read her book, she named a lot of people in the industry that she messed with, let's say it that way, okay? That she had sexual encounters with. Now, she was supposed to have an sexual encounter one night with Diddy. She was a regular schmegular at Diddy's house, and when security saw her, they already knew what it was when she came to the house. They buzzed her in one particular night when she came to Diddy's house to have said situationship, let's call it that, okay? Upon her coming into his home, Diddy and Fonzworth Bentley were asleep in the bed together. Did y'all hear what I just said? Diddy and Fonzworth Bentley were sleeping in the bed together, and she was very blown back that way when she saw that, because she was under the impression that he was just somebody working for Diddy. But that's when it was found out that Fonzworth Bentley was also having some type of relations with Diddy. So I am willing to believe that he may have participated in some FOs that we may not know about. Yeah, did y'all know that? So he is known as a concubine. Let's get into a video so that we can corroborate this, shall we? Because y'all know I don't like to just talk about stuff and don't share. All right, because there's always some tea attached to the bullshit. All right, so let's get into it. All right, hold on. Okay, yes, down here. Y'all enjoying the content so far? Shout out to Linda Gamble. Happy birthday to Linda Gamble. I'm sorry, I didn't know I'm over here running my mouth. Did we have any more birthdays? Y'all have to let me know. When I get to running my mouth, I don't really be paying attention too much to the chat because it kind of throws me off. But if you guys have a birthday coming up today, if I missed it, happy belated birthday to anyone that may have a birthday. If I missed it, I apologize, guys. I really don't be trying to do that on purpose. So happy birthday to Linda Gamble. Okay, that's my mod. Thank you, ma'am, for modding for me. And happy birthday, sis. I hope you have a great day and many, many more. Okay, turn up, girl. Turn up. All right. Oh, what time is it? It's about time to turn down. I don't know if you off work, child. But enjoy your day nevertheless. All right. Enjoy your day. I'm sorry, guys. I'm getting to it. I'm trying to filter through my video so I can get to it. Where they're going to talk about Mr. Fonzworth Bentley, okay? And some more stuff. All right. So we got that one. We got that one. We got that one. All right. Hold on. Hold on. All right. Oh, did I pass it? Oh, I usually be so prepared. I got so much stuff I've been saving and putting to the side. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, this is it. We're going to get into what Fonzworth Bentley's real role was, because we just saw him as the umbrella guy, and that's not all he was doing. So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sexual. That term actually relates to torture. And, you know, after that work for him.
Shout out to this.
You think he the master everything. This is for them underground that like it real dirty and like it hard. Pause. That was a crazy one. What am I doing?
Ever since the exposing Diddy era started, fans have been wondering what happened to Diddy's assistant, Fonzworth Bentley. Well, reports recently surfaced that Fonzworth had to escape Diddy, much like Cassie did, and it was allegedly Kanye West who helped them leave. Fonzworth became an overnight media sensation back in the early 2000s as Diddy's personal assistant. However, according to Jaguar Wright, Fonzworth was actually Diddy's concubine.
What do you think Diddy and Fonzworth Bentley's real relationship was? Concubine.
Now, Cassie mentioned in her lawsuit that Diddy had an assistant who helped him set up those free cops with male sex workers. And a lot of people are now wondering if that assistant was Fonzworth. And then other sources are saying Fonzworth was also a victim because Diddy allegedly treated him like his slave. So what really happened to Fonzworth Bentley? And could he be the next person to file a lawsuit against Diddy? Let's get into it.
His name ain't Busta Rhymes. Who gave you the nickname? Tony De Niro. Actually, Puff's boy did.
Out of all the people who worked closely with Diddy over the years, Fonzworth Bentley probably has the craziest stories because he spent years in Diddy's proximity, and he was there during both the Kim Porter and Cassie era. At that time, people thought Diddy was just being eccentric by having an assistant follow him around with an umbrella. However, Jaguar Wright apparently believes this was some kind of humiliation ritual because Diddy and Fonzworth had a master-concubine relationship.
Everybody know. I think the thing that everybody is having a hard time grasping is how that whole thing could have probably went down. But the thing is it was how fast he disappeared.
So, to give you some context, Fonzworth came into Diddy's life when Diddy was going through a major PR crisis. In 2001, Diddy, who is then known as Puff Daddy, was acquitted of gun possession and bribery charges in a highly publicized trial related to a 1999 nightclub shooting. Diddy was desperate for a clean slate, so he decided to rebrand himself as P. Diddy. And later that same year, Diddy stepped out in Saint-Tropez with this sharply dressed man holding a fancy white umbrella that apparently cost $700. This picture stirred up a lot of public curiosity because no one knew who the umbrella man was or where he came from. And while some people found it amusing, others couldn't help but feel uncomfortable, and they accused Diddy of humiliating this man in public. Finally, Fonzworth decided to set the record straight on Angela Yee's radio show and revealed that his real name was Derek Watkins, and that Diddy's associate, Tony De Niro, gave him his new name. Fonzworth said he met Diddy after he moved from Atlanta to New York and started networking. One day, he randomly approached Diddy in a club, and while Diddy first ignored him, they eventually exchanged numbers, and Fonzworth texted Diddy practically begging him for a job.
Next thing you know, I just picked up the page. You remember the guy that traveled from Howard University, the intern with Andre Harrell? I'm that guy 9, 2001. Please don't make me go back to work on Monday at the restaurant. He replied, come to 1396 3rd Avenue. I literally started that day training as his assistant. The rest is history.
After Diddy hired him, Fonzworth appeared on Diddy's MTV show, Making the Band. And that's when people started getting even more uncomfortable with this arrangement. Now, it's almost impossible to find all episodes of Making the Band these days. And for some reason, MTV refused to show reruns. However, you can still find some clips of Fonzworth on the show. Like this time, Diddy threatened him over the phone.
Hello? Hey, what up? I went to sleep. When I woke up, the whole house was clean, just like I asked for it to be. But I got a note right here from Babs. She broke out and went to Brooklyn. It's taking you entirely too long to tell the story. This is your problem, man. Good luck to you. When I get there, everything better be on point.
Fans who are old enough to remember when Making the Band first aired have also said they remember how Diddy mistreated Fonzworth on camera. And then there's also the fact that Fonzworth told Angela Yee that Diddy was barely paying him for his job.
I was making really good money in the restaurant business.
That good though? That's
like $100,000. Yeah, that's pretty good, right?
Yeah, that is pretty
for New
good.
York. Yeah,
And back then,
it's
too.
98. Like that's a lot of money.
Wow, that is stayed.
You're like 90, 100. Like I was doing well. So and
he wasn't paying that much.
Yeah, no way.
at all.
However, Fonzworth quickly corrected himself, saying that Diddy wasn't paying him initially. However, as his position grew, he started earning more.
Not initially, but you get in, you get your hustle, and then you get it in. But anyway.
But see, officially, Fonzworth's position never changed. He was always referred to just as Diddy's assistant. And this is why people are now speculating that Fonzworth started earning money by helping Diddy arrange those freak-off sessions. In her lawsuit, Cassie said that Diddy had assistants who helped him arrange encounters with male S-workers by setting up the hotel suites with baby oil and Astroglide. Now, Diddy's bodyguard, Gene Deal, recently said he believes Cassie's lawsuit was redacted to remove the parts about Diddy taking an active part in these freak-offs. Meanwhile, another interview with Gene surfaced where he said he knows all of Fonzworth's business.
Farnsworth actually is down here in Atlanta. He's married with like 2 kids. He just lives a quiet life now. But
yeah, he should. Yeah. He should. He ain't say nothing about me either. Because he know I know his business.
You know his business.
I know his business.
And then on top of that, Gene also recently revealed Diddy allegedly broke his ex, Kim Porter's nose on a yacht because she caught him with a man.
The same yacht she got her nose broken on, that somebody was doing something to him when they walked in the room, and it caused...
Expedia.
I'm sorry, guys, for the ad. Is that some juicy stuff or what?
Now, this article, published in August 2005, says that Kim was left with a broken nose after the couple argued on Combs' yacht in Saint-Tropez. So in 2005, Fonzworth was still working as Diddy's assistant, and we know Diddy often took Fonzworth to Saint-Tropez. So there's a lot of speculation now that Kim caught Diddy in a freak-off with Fonzworth. However, it was around this time that Fonzworth started carving a path for himself in the music industry, and Kanye West gave him his big opportunity. Fonzworth first appeared in several Outkast videos, and he also made a cameo in Kanye's video for the new workout plan. Then in 2013, Kanye invited him to work on his album Yeezus, and Fonzworth is credited as a songwriter on tracks. He also later helped produce the track Ultra Light Beam from Kanye's 2016 album The Life of Pablo. But see, Diddy allegedly couldn't stand to see Fonzworth becoming independent, and rumor has it that he blackballed his career, effectively banning him from the industry. However, word on the street is that Fonzworth credits Kanye for helping him get away from Diddy. While Kanye probably didn't know what was going on behind the scenes, sources close to the situation have expressed that Kanye always felt uneasy about the way Diddy was parading Fonzworth around. So after escaping Diddy and allegedly getting blacklisted, Fonzworth moved back to Atlanta, got married to a woman named Fawn Chambers, and welcomed 2 children. However, according to Jaguar Wright, there's a reason why Fonzworth chose to stay in Atlanta of all places.
Now he lives in Atlanta. He's married. He has 2 sons. He's living his life. I mean, but how many? Listen, y'all. If you've ever lived in Atlanta, you know the majority. The majority of them are bisexual and gay men.
Yes.
They just give up their life to be married and gave their life to God, and they're your pastor.
And down low culture is still very, very, very heavy in the Black community in Atlanta. It's funny because Atlanta's like a gay mecca. You would think that there would be no need for down low culture, but down low culture is thriving in Atlanta still.
Either way, fans are now saying there was definitely something disturbing about Diddy and Fonzworth's relationship, and they're hoping Fonzworth will come forward and reveal exactly what Diddy put him through. Someone said, I always thought it was weird, a grown man following another grown man with an umbrella and wiping his face. And another person wrote, y'all remember Fonzworth started hanging with Kanye, and that's when Fonzworth started doing his own thing, and somebody asked Diddy about him, and he did the same wish you well speech he did for Cassie. Diddy never wanted even his own artists or employees to shine. But how do you feel about this whole Fonzworth-Bentley situation? Do you think he'll ever speak out on his past with Diddy?
Sure won't. What y'all think about that? So they're saying that that's probably the person that Kim Porter walked in on. I was thinking it was Usher. They're saying that they think that it was Fonzworth Bentley. Or it could have been multiple encounters that Kim may have walked in on with Diddy. Yeah. So what y'all think about that? That's weird. That's weird. And that's weird. But he is now married. His wife she is an actress. Matter of fact, she is an actress. They have 2 children. They're living in Atlanta. And Diddy has now blackballed his career because he can. That's what he do to everybody. That's what he does to everybody that leaves him. And I'm pretty sure he's under a very tight NDA that probably have not expired yet because he ain't talking. But I feel like he will in due time. But according to Jaguar Wright and a few other people, Gene Deal have said, yeah, he know I know his business, meaning, yes, you were messing with Diddy, because Gene Deal was on a lot of these trips with Diddy as his, as his person that goes around with him, his security or whatever. So he knows of the nasty stuff that was going on, and that was just his job, is to protect Diddy. You see some stuff, you don't say nothing. Okay, you see something, you don't say nothing. That's just his job. He already talked about how Ja Rule was caught up in the room with Diddy, so that Ja Rule done been turned out allegedly by Diddy and other rappers as well. Meek Mill, he done been in there busting it wide open allegedly. These are things that we continue to hear. So that's what happened to Fonzworth Bentley. Because I heard a few of you guys asking me, Real, what happened to Fonzworth Bentley? Let's do something on Fonzworth Bentley. So there you go. There you go. How y'all feel about that? How y'all feel about it? All right, so let's get into the last part of our video for Jaguar Wright from last night that we did not finish. Okay. And then we're going to let you guys go. I ain't gonna hold y'all long, honey. I just want to drop this good old tea on you tonight. And we're gonna get on out here. All right, so let me get to my video. Ooh, child. All right, yep, that's it.
It's now easier
get past this ad. This is the second part of the interview that Jaguar Wright was doing, where she's exposing industry secrets.
Change?
Never change. I want to ask you about Jay-Z, because the first question did you ever get did you get royalties for Song Cry?
That was my song.
No.
That was my song. That Song Cry.
Can you talk?
He don't pay. But he will.
Man.
You will. We're coming up on the eve of the 22nd anniversary of Jay-Z Unplugged.
Yeah. Wow. Horrible joint. Yeah. 22 years.
You will pay.
That's sad.
I got you.
This is Jaguar Wright speaking, guys, for those of you that don't know.
It.
Also, I want to ask you about Emil. Everybody kind of wonder what happened to her. She kind of just disappeared. Don't want to talk to the media. If you got anything, that you
like
know.
her and Blue Cantrell.
Y'all remember Blue Cantrell? I was feeling.
They're terrified. They got good reason to be. You want to know what makes Diddy being publicly shamed like this so left?
What's that?
Sean Carter is worse.
Uh-oh. Oh, man.
Here we go.
He's smarter. He's patient. He's not sloppy.
Mm-hmm.
This pussy been lining up people he calls friends and stepping to the side while they get hit by the guillotine for 30 fucking years.
Mm.
He's fucking worse.
So when do you think his moment of reckoning is coming? Because we talk about that often on the platform, and not that we don't know him to wish anything bad on anybody, but we've heard that too. So
I think the PPD trial has the potential to force Sean Combs to finally be honest about some things that he hasn't been honest about, which could create great leverage for knocking that big lip camel face fuck back into the oblivion in the depths of hell where he fucking came from. And I'm gonna be right there every step of the way. I just don't know it yet.
So raw, I love it, y'all.
I've been on this fight for 15 years.
Right.
3 years publicly.
yeah,
Quietly.
the first time you talked to it, you ain't really want to talk about the Jay-Z situation the first time we talked.
Right.
Because there was something I was hoping for.
Yeah.
But then he done something stupid. He pushed somebody I love too far.
Where?
And you know who I'm talking about, bitch.
Damn.
We were kids. We were in our 20s. How fucking long do you expect her to have to suffer fucking the bad choice of fucking you?
Well,
yo. She's over.
Is that woman in the industry as well?
Fucking leave her be. Leave her be. Because I'm not going to stop coming. You can fuck with her all you want. I'm not going to stop. I fucking promised her. Keep my word and I pay my debts. I got you, bitch. You know we get it.
Ah. She's snapping.
Yes, she's in the industry. Yes, she was put in exile. No, she wasn't perfect, but she was everything, still is. Fucking asshole, man. Like, people don't understand. Motherfuckers get to run around this business. They get to fuck whoever they want. They get to do whatever they want. And their sins, they get swept under the rug and people make excuses for them to talk all kinds of shit. But if a woman, especially a black woman, fucks the wrong nigga, it's for life.
Sure is.
Leave her fucking be, bitch.
Yo.
If you finish, we were talking about Snoop Dogg before we came on.
Mm-hmm.
Heard some stories about him too.
I've been a Snoop fan.
Yeah.
Snoop out here in these streets losing friends. Snoop losing a lot of friends. Matter of fact, about a week and a half ago, almost 2 weeks ago, I interviewed Chris Gotti for my podcast. I think that might be the next episode we upload.
Okay.
And me and Chris, we talked about everything and talked about him. And it was so crazy because I kept like lightweight cutting him off because there was so many things that I wanted to know, you know? And it was like, we would get to talking about one thing, and I'm like, okay, so the intersection between Murder Inc. and Rough Riders, and he starts saying, oh, wait a minute, but DMX. Like I'm sitting there with the holy grail of a huge, huge section of hip hop history. And, you know, in honor of him, I wore Adidas. I rocked some shell toes. It's a good time. And then we got to talking about Keefy D. And then we got to talking about Suge a little bit. And I asked him what he thought. And he flat out said that Snoop is loyal. He losing friends. Chris Gotti now. Unprovoked. That was a shot. Flat out. And then I went back and started doing some more research because I wanted to make sure if there was any like articles or anything that I wanted to clip into the interview, just, you know, to corroborate, do a little voiceover commentary, you know, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And then I bumped into that fucking Drink Champs interview with Warren G. Have you seen that?
No.
Very interesting. Amidst all of the drinking and fuckery, I hate that fucking show. It's like a game of truth or dare going wrong. But it was like Warren starts talking about the day Pac got shot. And he wasn't going to the fight, so he had a fight party at his crib or whatever. And he had invited Snoop, and he said Snoop had turned him down weeks before the fight because he said he was going. And for whatever reason, Snoop decided not to go to the fight with Suge and Pac, which is crazy. Demanded that neither Daz nor Corrupt tag along. And all of a sudden just popped up at Warren G's house, unannounced. Hey, I changed my mind. I'm here for the party. And he said he kept noticing that he had this, like, you know, remember those Nextel chirpers?
Yep. Yeah.
That could work from state to state?
Yep.
Well, he said Snoop had one. And he was talking on it on and off the whole day. And then he said the damnedest thing. He said Snoop got hit up on the joint when Pac got shot. Before it hit the news. Ain't that interesting?
Very.
And you know it was right after that. Dre and Snoop left Death Row. And that was that.
Right. So will Snoop's name be mentioned in the Keefy D Tupac murder trial?
In my estimation,
yeah.
The discovery hearing is coming up. State's going to present their evidence. I would not be surprised if Snoop's name gets mentioned.
Wow. Damn.
I know Diddy's name is. I know his name got to be
It ain't looking good for the big homie. I've been going back looking at old death row footage, concert shows, award shows. The way Snoop was staying next to Pac, and now with all of this new talk and Suge running his motherfucking mouth,
That podcast.
it makes me think about something that Cat once said to me, Cat Williams. He said, he said, you want to know who your greatest hater is? Look next to you.
Dang.
That's deep.
And just hearing Cat, say that in my head and looking at this old footage the way that Snoop was standing next to Pac, it's starting to feel a little creepy.
Yeah.
A little creepy.
Yeah, we do have someone, I guess, with you, ERA.
Oh, yes, Sarah.
She's been waiting for a minute patiently, so I want to definitely bring her in real quick.
Oh, please.
How you doing?
Hey, Sarah. Hey, I'm doing good.
Thanks for waiting patiently.
No problem.
Yeah. Hey,
well,
Jack,
let me introduce Sarah.
Yeah. Yes, please do.
Keep It a Bean podcast is exclusively available on Profits Plus. Profits Plus is a new technology app that's up and running. It is independently owned. It is a Black-owned company, and this wonderful woman here designed the platform. So she's going to be navigating how the whole Jaguar Right algorithm works in this rogue space, which is quite the challenge, but I think she's up for it. Era, would you mind, because I think it's so fascinating about you, would you mind sharing with the fellows what's your name, where your name comes from?
Oh, sure. So my name is actually Equal Rights Amendment. My mom was a delegate for the ERA. So when I was born in 1977, I did the March on Washington at 6 months old. President Carter, Rosalind Carter, Gloria Steinem, Bella Abzug, Maya Angelou, they have all had a part in my early years. So
Awesome.
Phenomenal, right?
Absolutely.
And she's a tech wizard. So, Era, could you walk them through Profits Plus and maybe give them some FAQ information?
Yeah.
Sure. So the good thing about Profits Plus is we made it work similar to social media apps like Facebook, Instagram. It's a little different in the fact that certain things you try to access, like if you want to access Jaguar's podcast, you need to be a member. So the first thing you do is you just register. You'll get a link to your email. You drop the code in, and boom, you're a member. You'll have your own timeline, your own profile. You can connect with people. You can block people, follow, unfollow, all the good stuff. And we have this really exciting feature too called the
It's getting to the end, guys. We're almost to the
get
end.
in and express different ideas and opinions up to 100 people at a time. And if we get more, we can do breakout rooms.
A lot of unfortunate negativity because you're highlighting things that are going on in the industry. But to see you smiling and see you happy, to conclude this interview with you to have a smile on your face, with the light shining on you, honestly, somebody that's known you for the last couple of years, it's a pleasure to see. So definitely thankful for you to be happy, healthy, right state of mind, right mind, body, and soul, and doing the things that you love to do. So you keep doing it, Jag. We love you. Absolutely. We appreciate you, and definitely happy to see you the way you are right now. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
You know, we all go through things.
Yeah.
Nobody's life is perfect. The difference between me and most people is I live my life out front.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We don't see all the nasty things that happens in most people's lives.
No.
But see, the ability to take all of that and turn it into what they call a testimony.
Yeah.
For what you can survive, for what you can achieve, for what you can accomplish, for what you can persevere. I've been standing on my word for 3 years. I can smile because I ain't never lied about a motherfucking thing.
Appreciate
The
it.
sweetest gift in the world is the truth.
And if everybody enjoyed the content, please make a donation, a generous donation.
All right, so that's the end of the interview, guys. Shout out to Viral Hip Hop News. That was the continuation and the ending part of the actual interview from Jaquar Wright that we listened to last night. So that is it, guys, and that is all. I hope you guys enjoyed all the content that I gave you guys tonight, where we talked about Fonzworth Bentley. We talked about Lori Ann Gibson, because I know you guys, a lot of people were asking me. I seen the DMs, people were asking me, where's Lori Ann Gibson? What happened to her? So we found out what was going on with Fonzworth and this new development with Diddy and this new person that came out to talk about he was violated as well. So I gave you guys that information. So I hope you guys are happy with the information that you guys were able to get tonight. We talked about Russell Simmons. We shared his first interview that he's given since he actually left the States to go move to Bali to escape prosecution for numerous SA convictions that he's facing. If he ever comes back to the States, he's going straight to jail. Okay, he's going to have, and the reason why he left is because he does not have the money to pay people to be quiet. He can't pay his way out of it, so he had to run. And he is still in Bali. He did take a sit-down interview for the very first time since he left the States. So that is it. That is all, guys. Shout out to Tiffany Red, who actually came forward to co-sign Cassie's deposition and the things that she saw as well. Okay, so thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for hitting the like button. Thank you, mods, for doing a great job. Thank you, Linda Gamble, for modding as well. I didn't see Belle Wilson. She may be off tonight. Again, happy birthday to Miss Linda Gamble, my mod. Okay, ma'am, turn up, have a great day, enjoy your day. And again, happy belated birthday to Miss Liz Moore. Okay, thank you guys for being here. And until next time, I will see you guys tomorrow for Car Chronicles. Okay, we'll try to be on our right schedule. Okay, Car Chronicles will be, let's say, about 8:30-ish in the morning. Okay, we'll probably hop on about 8:30 in the morning for Car Chronicles. Okay, I got some great topics already lined up for you guys for that as well. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for being here, and goodbye.